Welcome back to Scary Animal Attacks. Today's episode is a really rare and unique one. The location of the Limpopo Province in the north of the African nation of Zimbabwe. The land is a mix of grass-covered savanna with acacia trees scattered across the rolling hills. The wildlife is a diverse panel of predator and prey, but all are dangerous. The lions and hyenas top the list of predators, but the plant-eating animals that are usually the prey are not exactly harmless either. Elephants and rhinos are massive and short-tempered, but there is an iconic African animal that almost no one would describe as dangerous, the comical and mild-mannered giraffe. Merike Engelbrecht and her family visited a game farm, as it was her mother's 50th birthday and Merike and Juans' first wedding anniversary, so the entire family was in attendance. At the game farm, protected local wildlife are allowed to roam so they can sell hunting rights to trophy hunters. This practice is routinely ridiculed, but actually is a great source of revenue for the local economy and helps cull herds that otherwise outgrow the balance of their environment. She was a beautiful 25-year-old woman and loved her two German Shorthair Pointers, Tasco and Jasha. She leashed the two dogs and excitedly asked them if they wanted to go for a walk and watched them wag in approval. Merike led the dogs out of the door and onto the groomed trail. She scanned the area to check for anything out of place or dangerous and didn't see anything unusual or alarming. Elephants were grazing in the distance across the savanna, and a herd of giraffes gave away their location by peering over the treetops a few hundred yards down the trail. Merike started to stride out with her trusty canine companions as they passed through stands of grass and acacia trees that nearly any animal could hide in, except a giraffe. Merike noticed the giraffe herd as she walked by with her dogs, and they were initially a safe distance from her. As she continued down the trail bent to go right through the giraffe herd, but it wasn't unusual to walk by various animals at close distance. Most of the time this practice would yield no negative outcome, but this time there was a giraffe calf and a very protective mama amongst the herd. Tasco began barking and wagging her tail as they approached the calf. Then Jasha started in as well. Merike tried pulling the dogs away from the agitated mama, but she already started toward them. The woman did the only thing she could think of doing to protect her dogs. She bent over them. The mother giraffe began stomping toward the dogs, with Merike protectively hovering over them. The giraffe quickly kicked her volleyball-sized hooves toward the dogs over and over again. The dogs were struck and thrown all about by the impact of the giant hooves. As Merike was trying to protect her dogs, one of the hooves caught her at the base of the skull, killing her instantly. Her neck was broken and her body collapsed to the ground, the dog's leashes slipping from her limp hand. The dogs circled around their master, barking and retreating from the attack. The giraffe herd began quickly moving away from the confrontation, seeking to avoid a further conflict. The dogs ran the short distance back to the farm, leashes dragging in the dirt the whole way. As Hannes, Merike's brother, watched the dogs race up, he knew something must be wrong. The authorities were notified and a small party was gathered to bring Merike back. They could see by the tracks at the scene how the event transpired. This event was described as a freak accident. Merike's family was not bitter about her death and did not pursue legal resolutions. The park decided not to destroy the mother giraffe as she was protecting her calf from what she perceived as danger. Merike left her dogs and husband behind as the rare victim of a giraffe attack.